There are a lot of questionable things in the Bible, but what's even more questionable to me are the books that were removed from the Bible and left out from the the Council of Nicaea, where a bunch of men got together and decided which books were the proper books to put in the Bible. It wasn't God, Jesus, or any angels that made this choice. It was man putting these words together. And then they removed some books. And it's really interesting to me when, we have different versions available too. But this right here is the lost books of the Bible and the forgotten books of Eden. And in this book, you find Adam and Eve speaking in the first person as well as Satan. So what's interesting to me is that whether the words are true or not, because everything is controversial and then there's different versions, and based upon whatever version you read is how you get your information. Since none of us was there, we can't really argue whether it's wrong or right. But I have to read this passage because in Genesis, we do find that God tells Satan that he would put enmity between man's or Adam's seed and between Satan and his minions. I'm going to read a portion of this taken from the Forgotten Book of Eden. It's from the Adam and Eve book, and it is chapter 57 on page 38. So if any of you, I know some of you have this book sitting around your homes and haven't opened them up and read what's in here. It's a lot of interesting stuff. It's more than just this, but this particular passage covers that information we read in Genesis. And once again, this is co-titled, Therefore Did I Fall. These are the words of Satan. Therefore did I fall, and did I make you fall by that for which I myself fell? And with you also, whoever accepts my counsel falls thereby. But now, Adam, by reason of your fall, you are under my rule, and I am king over you, because you have listened to me and have transgressed against your God. Neither will there be any deliverance from my hands until that day promised you by your God. Again, he said, inasmuch as we do not know the day agreed upon with you by your God, nor the hour in which you shall be delivered, for that reason we will multiply war and murder upon you and your seed after you. This is our will and our good pleasure, that we may not leave one of the sons of men to inherit our orders in heaven. For as to our abode, Adam, it is in burning fire, and we will not cease our evil doing, no, not one day nor 1 hour. And Adam, I shall sow fire upon you when you come into the cave to dwell there. It's talking about the cave of treasures, but anyway. When Adam heard these words, he wept and mourned and said to Eve, hear what he said? That he will not fulfill any of what he told us in the garden. Did he really then become king over us? That sounds like a certain party, political party that's right now. And it also goes to the fact that Satan had other names, Satanel, Lucifer, and all these other names, but I love the ones Samael. Samael is spelled Samael. For short, you call it Sam. If angels were like uncles to mankind, I mean, looking at it from a male perspective, but the angels are uncles, and his name is Samael. Well, we call him for short. Yeah. So that's something to think about, and just wonder, why did they leave those words out of the Bible and place the words that they have there, which doesn't give you the detail of the idiot that's been guiding this world, this power, this source. But things are about to change, people. So all I can say is, hey, stand by.